Hello, my name is Kara Statler, and I will be giving a short presentation on my essay entitled Pan-Turkism, the beginning of the Armenian problem to modern-day Armenophobia. The Ottoman Empire came to power at the end of the 13th century BCE, taking over what is now modern-day Turkey. However, it was originally known as Western Armenia. Western Armenia encompassed the eastern half of Anatolia. When the Ottoman Empire conquered the Byzantines, they took control of Western Armenia, and Armenians were now under the control of an Islamic empire. Therefore, they were considered second-class citizens. However, despite the obstacles Armenians faced, they did very well. Armenians in the mid-19th century started discussing the possibility of leaving the Ottoman Empire and creating an independent Armenian state. They were also lobbying to be considered equal to Muslims in the empire. There were efforts to silence this idea, which was known as the Armenian Question. And in 1894, the Hamidian massacres started. The Hamidian massacres were committed by Sultan Abdul Hamid II, who ordered his soldiers to go from province to province and murder Armenians who would not convert to Islam. The massacres ended in 1896, and a total of 300,000 Armenians died in those massacres. By the beginning of World War I, Armenians had turned into public enemy number one. The Ottoman Empire was in a state of decline leading up to World War I and needed a group to blame for their problems. And the Armenians, who were already disliked by this time in the empire, became an easy target. The rising desire for Armenians to have an independent Armenian state, mixed with the crippling economic problems, the great loss of land that the Ottoman Empire experienced, and the rising threat of World War I, caused not only the Armenian genocide, but the desire in the 20th century and beyond for the eradication of the Armenians. It was the birth of Pan-Turkism. In A Concise History of the Armenian People by George Bornutian, Pan-Turkism is defined as a goal. He is quoted by saying, "The goal of the Pan-Turks is to convert the minorities and to unite the Turkic peoples of Asia Minor, Iran, Transcaucasia, Russia, and Central Asia into a Pan-Turkic empire." This desire exists to this day, not only in Turkey, but also in Azerbaijan, which is also a Turkic country and often works with Turkey. Azerbaijan went to war with Armenia and claimed that Artsakh, which is ancient Armenian land, not only has never been Armenian, but it rightfully belongs to Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan and Turkey committed war crimes against Armenia in the year of 2020 during this war, and are refusing to give back prisoners of war now that the war has been finished for months. They have also had efforts to ethnically cleanse the region of Artsakh, not only destroying Armenian churches and schools, but also Armenian towns and Armenian civilians. Ambassador Henry Morgenthau Sr., the United States ambassador to the Ottoman Empire, was very vocal against the treatment of the Armenians. In his book, Ambassador Morgenthau's Story, he recollects on his time in the Ottoman Empire, especially in the year 1915 to 1916. He spoke many times with the leaders of the Ottoman Empire, which in 1915 was the Committee of Union and Progress. The leaders of the Committee of Union and Progress, which is more commonly known as the Young Turks, was Talat Pasha, and he was the head orchestrator of the Armenian genocide. Ambassador Morgenthau discusses their conversations and says that Talat Pasha said to him, "Armenians are more industrious and more able than dull-witted and lazy Turks," meaning that one of the reasons for the genocide was to eliminate business competition. Armenians were wealthy and tended to do better in business than most others in the empire, and they were often blamed for stealing jobs and the downfall of the economy. He is also quoted in the book by saying, "We have already disposed of 3/4 of the Armenians. There are none left in Bitlis, Van, and Erzurum. The hatred between the Turks and the Armenians is now so intense that we have got to finish them. If we don't, they will plan their revenge. We will not have the Armenians anywhere in Anatolia." The Armenians were viewed, and still are viewed, as something that gets in the way of Turkish greatness. In April of 2021, an ethnic Armenian politician in Turkey named Garo Paylan called for Turkey to officially recognize the Armenian genocide. He was promptly called a traitor And Turkish MP Umit Özdağ told Paylan and the world, when the time comes, you will have a Talat Pasha experience. The Ottoman Empire birthed Pan-Turkism, and it is alive and well today. Thank you.